Now, I don't pull girls whatsoever, but at the same time, I am someone who is just like not trying to date whatsoever at all. Like maybe it's bad, but I have no problem cutting someone off.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dating View. In today's video, and the reasons they believe men are no longer dating like they used to, they share personal experiences, observations, and perspectives on how changing expectations, social dynamics, and dating culture are influencing these decisions. This conversation explores emotional burnout, pressure, modern standards, and cultural changes shaping men's relationship choices, offering insight into a growing trend that's impacting today's dating landscape.
I'm at the point in my life where I don't care about women. And I'm not saying this like, oh, screw them. No, that's not the context of what I'm saying. God bless women, they're very important. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of men depend on a woman's validation and acceptance to feel good about themselves as men. And that used to be me. But then I realized how dumb that is. Like, you got to get that from yourself by putting in work every single day and trying to get past your struggles. And now that I've accepted this and I've done this for a couple of years now, it completely has detached the need to have women in my life, like trying to go out on dates and meet new, like it doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm detached from it. I'm very focused on my life, and I'm not against, like, if I meet someone in public and we hit it off, that's cool. But if not, I'm not tripping about it. I'm cool. And people might think I'm weird. People are like, oh, I bet you talk to girls and this and that. I'm like, no, bro, my phone's dry and I like it like that. Like, I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on being the best I can be, getting closer to God. If I meet someone, I meet someone. But I'm, like I said, I think that's the key, is just being detached and just live your life. And eventually, I think you attract the right people for you. And if not, then that's out of my control. So yeah, that's how I feel in regards to women, at least me interacting with them. I don't necessarily need it anymore. And I think women should feel the same way about men. But that's just me.
Last summer, I worked on a ranch in the middle of nowhere in Montana for the summer. It was a little seasonal gig post-grad, saving up money to return to LA to follow my dreams. Obviously, I wasn't going there searching for the love of my life. I didn't know who else was going to be taking this sort of job. I was going to save up money. However, when the cute cowboy walked in the first week, was I like, I wouldn't be mad if he liked me. Yes, that thought did pop into my brain. However, he immediately went for one of my coworkers who quite literally could not be any more different than me. So I was like, okay, clearly I'm not his type. That's fine. However, she leaves within one week of this 5-month experience. She leaves. So again, the thought popped into my brain. Something could happen, He's my age. He's single. I'm single. He's got nothing to do after work, just like me. Since we're on the top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere in Montana, like, something could happen. We have 5 months here. A month goes by. He doesn't show a single ounce of interest. I'm like, maybe it's a slow burn. Right? A month and a half. Still absolutely nothing. A little bit more time goes by. We're all hanging out together one night because we're in the middle of nowhere on the top of a mountain in Montana and there's nothing to do after work except for hang out with each other. We're all hanging out. This man stands up. He says, okay, guys, bye. I'm gonna go. Where are you going? Where are you going? We all ask him, where are you going? What do you mean? Goodbye. Work is over. You just ate dinner. You have absolutely nothing to go do. What do you mean? He says he's going on a date. Huh? What do you mean you're going on a date? A date? What do you mean you're going on a date? We are on the top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere in Montana. What do you mean you're going on a date? He says he's driving to town 2 hours, 7 p.m. at night, 2 hours into town to go on a date with a girl he met on Bumble. This man is desperate enough to download a dating app to try to find potential suitors hours away before he even considers me. Desperate enough to drive hours away to go on a date with a girl he met on Bumble. But not desperate enough to get with me, to even try with me to even consider me. Listen, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but was I his age? The only girl there, single his age? Yeah. Was I available? Yeah. Was I even kind of showing him that I might be yeah. I wasn't pursuing him, don't get me wrong. I wasn't pursuing him. But I don't... Sometimes I really try to gaslight myself out of believing the things that I believe about myself, because they're not things that maybe I want to believe about myself. But then things like this happen over and over and over again, and I can't blame my brain for believing that. Dear subconscious, I'm sorry for gaslighting you. I agree. You're my conscious mind. We agree. Because how else do you explain situations like what happened with this man in Montana that have happened to me over and over and over again? Either I'm just so disgusting when they do consider me for 1 second that they immediately, no, absolutely never. Or they just never, ever even consider me for a second. They just immediately discard me as a potential suitor. That's what I'm choosing to believe, because I at least have some boundaries in my self-deprecation. I refuse to believe that I'm just like absolutely abhorrent, that they wouldn't. I choose to believe that they don't even think about it for 1 second. And I don't fully understand. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not even saying I'm super attractive. I'm not saying anything positive about myself other than that potentially, maybe in some world, possibly, I could be. And they don't even see that maybe potentially in some universe, potentially maybe, I could possibly be their romantic interest. Why? Why? Unfortunately, I am attracted to men, and this does affect me. Why? Why? Oh, shit.
But now, I don't pull girls whatsoever, but at the same time, I am someone who is just like not trying to date whatsoever at all. Like, maybe it's bad, but I have no problem cutting someone off if I see red flags and I just don't see us working long term ever. On top of that, I just can't be asked to spend a weekend or a weekend night to go on a first date with someone. Like, the chances are I might never see this girl ever again. It might not work out between us, or we'll just have bad chemistry. So like, what was the point of going on that date in the first place? If I don't see her ever again, it's just kind of like, it's a waste of time and money. It's like so uncertain, because if a date goes bad, then that's kind of it. But if I sit at home watching Netflix with the hot chocolate, or I go to the gym, I'm guaranteed to have a good time. I'm someone who really values my own peace, and if I'm gonna go see a girl and it just doesn't work out, I'm just like, what was the point of doing that in the first place, man? If I'm not 99% sure on a girl, I just really can't be asked to go leave my house and go on a date with somebody. I'm like so tired of the whole, oh, nice to meet you, where'd you go to school, all this small talk. When meeting anyone new, I'm someone who genuinely has no problem just being myself. I can't do the whole fake small talk. Oh my God, so nice to meet you. Oh my God, that's so cool. Where'd you go to school? What did you study? I just can't do it personally.
What happened to yearning? What happened to men that pursue? What happened to men being confident enough to make the first move? I feel like our generation is just so whacked out. Like, we're just all messed up. And I think with the phones, we're just so antisocial, and just everything is just out of sorts, and it's not how it used to be. And I think it's a real shame that like the art of dating and like yearning and pursuing is just dead. Like, I watch shows like Bridgerton, I'm like, oh my God, we will never have that again. It's just gonna get worse. And it's actually so sad. Especially dating apps have just ruined it all.
Zero shade, but why don't men ask women out anymore? Like, the guys that I'm meeting, matching with on Hinge and everything else, they're pen paling me. Like, asking me the most absurd questions that I know they don't care the answer to. But like, why don't you just ask me to hang out and then we'll see if we actually have chemistry and go from there? Why are you asking me what I did today and then not planning a date? Please, a straight man in the comments, answer. I'm so frustrated. Like, I don't know what to do. Help.
Men have given up, men don't see the point in dating, and women can't find a man that matches what they're looking for in terms of the value they provide. So it's just this mess, it's just this chaotic circle of like no one's getting what they want. And I think the only way to solve that, as it's always been, is traditionally men need to just take charge. They need to take that life back in them and think, right, what do I want? Well, I want a good woman by my side. Okay, well, am I more likely to get a good woman by my side by going to the gym, looking after my finances, dressing well, smelling nice, improving my charisma and my communication skills, and just everything else that makes you an attractive individual? Just be a better version of myself. Is that going to hinder me? Or is it going to at least increase my chances? Whether I have negative perceptions on the dating market, whether I've been heartbroken or hurt before, is it more likely to find me a better partner by working on myself than it is just giving up and sitting on my sofa and playing Xbox?
I see all these men quitting dating and going into celibacy, and it's great. I know what's going on with my hair, I just come out of the ocean, but it's fantastic. I believe every man and woman should go through celibacy for a year in their life. It's nothing more important than being able to harness your own life force energy, to be with yourself, to be with your body, and to hold and build more capacity for more of your life force, your pleasure, your orgasmic potential, to not be driven by your errors. And when we learn to be with our own, we are raising our standard for what we are tolerating when it comes to dating. And this will help the whole world to level up, because we're not tolerating bad dates, crumbs, or people who are just not doing the right thing. So I think this is great. It might be sad that the dating culture is very broken, very painful for a lot of people, but this is good. This is a bit of a shake-up to wake up, and maybe this is a year where people are doing the work on themselves, and collectively we are leveling up. So 2027, maybe all these happy, healthy people with high standards, a lot of love, a lot of kindness, a lot of care, we get back into the dating scene, and we will create all this happy, healthy relationship built from truth, built from genuine connection, real, safe love, not trauma bonding, not just chemistry, but actually relationships that's going to last lifetime. Not more divorce every couple of years, lifetime. That's what I'm hoping for. What do you believe? Let me know in the comments.
The main reason why a lot of guys are not taking girls on dates anymore is because they started to see how there's a lot of guys not doing shit for these girls, but they're getting these girls undivided attention. And I've been that guy myself where I will literally not do anything or just very, very bare minimum to just hang out and see this girl instead of like planning a date and shit. And that's just because sometimes, bro, I'm not even playing. Like, if a girl really fucks with you, like if she actually is interested in you and wants to get to know you and you guys had good conversation before meeting up with each other, sometimes she doesn't care about dating or like going on a date right away. She could already sense the vibe and sense that you guys can get along. She can sense that you're somebody she wants to fuck with, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a date. Now, on the other hand, when there is a guy that's trying to take her on a date, I feel like now it's because this guy's trying to prove this girl something, trying to prove to this girl that she needs to fuck with him. And I just take it as like this guy's really trying to impress this girl, and this girl's like, you know, she's not fully interested, but it sounds like a good date, and this guy's, you know, might be enough. It might be just enough for her to be like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna go on this date with this guy. Now, this isn't for everybody, right? But I just feel like when a woman really does fuck with you, you can literally just set up a coffee date or something super chill, go for a walk, and she's gonna want to go because she just wants to actually vibe with you.
Bro, have y'all ever met a dude who dodges women like their scam calls? I mean, I got a buddy. So, story time. Me and my buddy, we go to the bar, right? Just me and him, we're just hanging out, drinking a couple drinks, sitting at the bar. And all of a sudden, a woman comes up to me, taps me on the back of my shoulder. She said, "Hey, my friend over there thinks you're cute." And I said, "Well, all right." And I turned my head around. Wouldn't you know it, it is a group of probably 10 women, bachelorette party, whatever, I don't know. And I'm like, hell yeah. So I told my buddy, I said, come on, let's go hang out. Let's go make some friends. So we get over there. I'm talking to this girl, the one that thought I was cute, whatever. My buddy is standing right behind me. All right, so picture this. I'm right here, talking to the girl right here in front of me, right? My buddy is directly behind me, just standing there, quiet as shit, not doing nothing. And she asked, after about a minute of us talking, she goes, "Who's your buddy?" So I turn around, kind of pushes back a little bit, like to come over here, come talk, come meet these women. And as he's walking up, she asked him, "What's your name?" Simple question. Well, as he's walking up, I don't think he heard, I don't know. He walks up from behind me like this. Hold on. All right, so he walks up from right behind me, right? I swear to God, word for word, bar for bar. As he's walking up, after she asked him, "What's your name?" he walks up just like this. "Not for me." Bro, what are you talking about? There's 10 women right here. There's 10 women that want to talk, hang out, fucking drink some drinks. I mean, what are we doing? So even the other girl, she kind of like gave him one of those, and so did I. I was like, what the hell? What was that?
So I'm out having dinner with my girl, and I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. Women. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my God. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
I'd love to give up my 7 days of freedom for somebody who's probably gotten cracked 5 times in the last year and makes me do things on a regular basis that I don't want to do, and also makes me pay for those things that I don't want to do, continues to not appreciate those acts, and then I don't get laid that evening, at least not any more than I do right now. Gonna have to stick it out on this side, buddy. Good question, though.
63% of men under the age of 30 are not dating, and a majority of them aren't even trying to. And I think I know why. First, let's establish credibility. Here's a picture of my hot wife. Okay, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, let me explain this to you. I've asked this question to a few relationship experts on my podcast, and they've given me some different answers. The first one was men are too busy. Obviously, that's bullshit. The second one was men need to reach a certain level of financial freedom before they commit themselves to a lady, which I can kind of understand, but what I think it is a lack of certainty and clarity. Now let me explain this. So I'll give you 2 scenarios. Scenario 1 is you wake up tomorrow, you're completely uncertain about fucking anything, you don't even know where you live, you don't know where you're gonna live tomorrow, you don't know what's going on at all, you just have no idea. You're not clear on what you want, you're not clear on what you have no clue, you just have no clue. Would you be down to marry a person? Would you be down to start dating a person? Probably not, right? Because it makes no sense. You don't know what you want, you don't know what you have, and you don't know why you want what you want, even if you want something. So that doesn't make any sense. Scenario 2, you're incredibly clear about what you believe. You know exactly what you want, you know why you want it, and you know where you're gonna be. You have a roadmap. Would you be down to date somebody who also has this thing? Probably, right? So I don't think that it's men need a certain amount of money. Well, men are so busy we can't, right? I think that's bullshit. What I think it is that nobody's fucking clear on their future. Nobody's clear on what they want. Nobody's clear on what they believe. If we figured this out collectively, I think we might solve some shit. So I'm on my walk right now. Follow for more tips.
This is gonna sound crazy, but I have literally never been in a relationship, and I don't ever plan on getting in one soon. And I think that pisses a lot of people off. I genuinely don't know why, because I love spending time alone, and I do not plan on getting into a relationship anytime soon. And I always strongly talk about spending time alone, cutting everyone off, and just fully focusing on themselves. And the reason why I say this is because I genuinely just don't want a girlfriend. To me, it seems like a waste of time, because I am nowhere where I want to be in life yet, right? You should only get into a relationship if you are satisfied with yourself, if you like what you see, you like your situation, and if you don't, then what's the point? You're not where you want to be in life, so it might hold you back because you don't know what it's like to have someone else to balance, right? To actually talk to provide for. And if you don't like your own situation, if you can't provide for yourself, if you don't like what you see, you won't be happy. You're just wasting time and you're holding yourself back. And this is exactly why I'm spending time alone. I don't want a relationship at all. And I don't really see myself getting in one at all, to be honest. I've talked to this before with some of my friends, and they think it's genuinely crazy, but I love it because I am constantly getting better every single day, and I don't have any distractions. I don't have to, worry about someone else, simply because I am just focused and worrying about me trying to become the best version of myself at this age. That's all that matters to me. Not girls, not going out and meeting people, just fully becoming the absolute best version of myself and fulfilling the purpose that God has put me on this earth for.